Part 1. White Clouds. Horsebow Moon. Rumors of a Reaper. As cold air begins to creep in from the north of Fargus, Fodlan welcomes the riches of fall. The women spend their days reaping the golden fields, gratefully embracing the bounty the goddess has once again provided. The men venture into the wilds with horse bows and empty sacks ready to be filled with game.
Oh, it's you. Out late again, I see. What brings you here? I just wanted some fresh air. There's a lovely breeze tonight. I always wander outside when sleep evades me. I see. Well, don't let me keep you. Hurry back to your room, my teacher. I should get some sleep too, but... Have you ever felt a sort of longing for the outdoors? I have. There are times I long for the warmth of the sun, for a sweet breeze on my face. Do you remember what I told you the other night? About my past? None of my siblings had a chance to lead the sort of life they deserved. An ordinary life. My siblings and I were imprisoned underground, beneath the palace. The objective was to endow our bodies with the power of a major crest. I have always possessed the Crest of Flames, inherited through the Hresvelg bloodline. But it was only a minor crest, and most of my siblings bore no crest at all. In order to create a peerless emperor to rule Fodlan, they violated our bodies by cutting open our very flesh. Now here I stand, the fruit of that endeavor, Edelgard von Hresvelg. But that came at too high a price. The others were sacrificed. Ours weren't the only lives devastated by that terrible process. Innocents died as well, without even knowing what they were dying for. And there you have it, the truth of the Hresvelg's empire. The Prime Minister and his gaggle of nobles. They had the empire under their thumbs. My father, the Emperor, tried to stop him, but it was futile. My father was nothing but a puppet on a string by then. He was powerless to save us. I know how it all sounds. But when you see my true strength, you will know I speak the truth. I have kept it hidden all this time, but I will reveal to you the power of my second crest. It is the same as yours, the Crest of Flames. When it manifested for me, I swore a silent oath. For the sake of my family, and for all the poor souls whose lives were traded for my existence. For their sake, I will build a world where such meaningless sacrifice is never again sanctioned. As Emperor, I will change the world. I swear it.
As I believe you are already aware, Seteth's younger sister Flayn has gone missing. At present, all we know for certain is that she has not left Garreg Mach.
Flayn is not the type of person to just wander off on her own without telling me where she is going. We have searched the monastery thoroughly, but have found nothing. I am now mobilizing the knights to begin searching the town. Troubling rumors have been running rampant lately. I do not wish to consider the worst, but...
There are rumors of someone prowling the streets and attacking innocents night after night. The Knights have investigated the matter. They have not discovered any remains, nor have they found any concrete evidence.
The people are panicked. They all insist someone called the Death Knight is coming to claim their souls with his blade. There is no way she could have escaped unscathed if she were captured by such a fiend. Where is she?
Seteth, recall that impatience begets error. Please do your best to calm yourself. I think of your sister as family as well. You know that. You have my support. We will devote ourselves fully, mind, body, and soul, to recovering her. Professor, your mission for this month is to help find Flayn. The Knights have the town covered, so I ask that you focus your efforts on searching the monastery again. We do not have time to waste. You have your orders.
Flayn has gone missing? Most unsettling.
It doesn't seem likely that she's simply gotten lost. I'll help in any way that I can.
So, our mission this month is to find her? Well then, let us hurry and locate her before anyone else.
I hope Flayn is okay. What would happen if... Just what would we do if... You can't think like that, Byrne. Seteth would have a heart attack if he heard you.
I've heard that she has a crest, but I suppose for this moment that is irrelevant.
We'll start by gathering information. Someone must have seen Flayn recently.
Right. If we work together, I'm certain we'll find her.
You have my thanks for giving me your spare time. This tea is smelling wonderful. It is my favorite for drinking. I have gratitude. It's needing sweetness. What? Yes. What? I am not in agreement. Yes. Inspirational. If you are having problems, I am happy to be listening. I am in agreement. I am hearing. I am not in agreement. Is that true? Do you have curiosity about my mark? I am in agreement. What? I am in agreement. This style of braiding has been passed down through my family. It's needing sweetness. Professor, do you have curiosity about my mark? I will be waiting happily for you to be inviting me again. Hubert?
Yes?
I wanted to thank you for the other day, you know, when I fainted. Thank you for carrying me back to my room.
That was nothing. It saved me effort in the long run. Leaving you there would have just caused even more trouble.
I guess that's true. Well, thanks. There, I said it, and now I'm going.
Is this why you've been circling me like a vulture for the last several hours?
Vulture's a bit... well, yes.
Yet you would have fled if I'd approached. It seems you will avoid me at almost any cost.
Well, that's...
You don't need to say it. I know. I'm frightening. I'm told so often.
Please don't laugh like that!
Apologies. I will be mindful not to laugh in your presence from now on.
The grin of death itself! Terrifying!
You think so?
Oh no, now you're angry too!
Hardly. I'm sorry to have frightened you.
No, you're not! It's a trick! You're lulling me into a false sense of security! Ah, I can't stand it!
She's a lost cause.
Oh my. Just one small girl who's gone astray has caused all this. We cannot let this stand. You must do all you can to find out where she's gone. Now ask around to see what information you can find. Come now, no time to waste.
Hello? We must begin our search for Flayn, Professor. If she ran off of her own free will, that's her business. But that may not be the case. For her sake, I suggest we assume that she was abducted and begin an investigation. Who benefits from kidnapping her? Let's gather all the information we can on anyone who's been acting strangely. I have a favor to ask.
Flayn's gone missing. Where could she be? If it were an ordinary kidnapping, you'd think there'd be a demand for ransom or something by now. I don't like the sound of this.
I bet Flayn ran away. She couldn't stand being held back by Seteth any longer.
I can empathize. I know what it's like to have an overbearing big brother.
I hope you're up for a challenge.
Let's see. I have thoroughly surveyed the entire monastery, and yet I have not found a single trace of evidence that suggests Flayn was abducted. Perhaps we must seek out personal recounts rather than physical evidence. In any case, we must hurry before something terrible happens.
I've heard the monastery is full of secret passages. If there is no sign of Flayn's departure, it is possible that she used one of those. Whatever has happened, I hope she is all right.
What the?
If Flayn were taken hostage, I expect we would have received demands from the culprit by now. Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. Do you suppose she could have simply run away? If that is the case, it is unlikely that we will find her anywhere in the monastery.
Where could Flayn have gone? Do you think she's really been kidnapped? I hear Tomas has been going around asking about her. But he's probably just worried like the rest of us. Though it wasn't just Flayn. He was asking about you and Captain Gerald, too.
That's, Professor. I've only ever spoken to Flayn a handful of times. She always seems so naive about the ways of the world. I'm worried about her. Yes, I'm afraid so. I just hope she comes home safe.
Do you really think Flayn was kidnapped? I have a feeling you're right. We really need to find her, and quickly.
Flayn was child-napped. That is what you are thinking? And the villain is inside our monastery? I must have admittance. One person has been catching my eye. Shamir is a knight not like other knights. Her movements are being reminders of... No. They remind me of warriors of Brigid. Before she was here, What was she getting up to?
Hey, Professor, have you seen Manuela? I saw her running off somewhere in a terrible hurry. I wonder if it has anything to do with Flayn's disappearance. Do you know, Professor? Oh, yes. Didn't you know? She was the senior diva in our opera company.
Professor! Professor! I saw him. A knight wielding a gigantic scythe. He was just like the rumors say, all covered in jet black armor. It was the Death Knight. I just know it. You don't think he has something to do with Flayn's disappearance, do you?
Hi.
Professor? What is it? Is something the matter? I see. So, Flayn has gone missing. I will do what I can to support the search. It seems that you are a bit suspicious of me. Might I ask your reasons? I was away from the monastery for a few years, but do not forget, I have spent more than 4 decades in total working here at Garreg Mach Monastery. Yet it was not until recently that I learned that Seteth has a sister. It is only natural to be curious, don't you think? I assure you, there is nothing more to it than that. A moment.
There have been a lot of rumors swirling around lately about a Death Knight who kidnaps people from the nearby town. You don't think Flayn was, you know, do you? Whether the rumors are true or not, I just hope our Flayn is safe.
I can't believe Flayn just disappeared. I don't like it one little bit. Oh, are you here to see someone? Alois and Shamir and all the knights are gonna head into town soon. Thanks, Professor.
Whoa. I can only imagine how worried Seteth must be, but isn't mobilizing the entire Order of Knights a bit excessive? I was originally assigned to investigate those reports of the Death Knight in the town near Garreg Mach. When I think how many more victims that dastard might claim while we're all busy searching for Flayn. I'm sorry, that was insensitive. We're all under a lot of stress right now. It's important that we find her quickly.
Let's see.
If Flayn has been taken hostage, then we know she is alive. At least for now. There would be no point to abducting her if simple murder was the objective. That's only logical, Professor.
Interesting. Flayn? No, I haven't seen her. She's been abducted. Oh, you're looking for her. Sorry, my mind was somewhere else. I just recently learned she has a crest. Did you know that, Professor? If it was a particularly rare crest, I could imagine Professor Hanneman would have quite an intense interest in her. Oh, no, I'm not accusing Professor Hanneman of abducting Flayn.
Professor!
Young Flayn's disappearance is most troubling. What? Who would suspect me? You know what? I'll tell you who. A fool, that's who. Flayn's crest, the major crest of Sethlin, is rare, but there are others who possess it.
This might be the first time I've ever seen Seteth look so worn down. If poor Flayn was lured away by anyone. I personally think the clear suspect is that miscreant from Dusker. Those people are deceptive by nature.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Today,
There is quite a bit to report. There is a masked individual who has been going into town every evening and not returning until the following morning. You see? Nothing gets past this guard. I doubt it has anything to do with Flayn's disappearance, but... well, better safe than sorry, I always say.
What brings you here? I'm taking a break. Is this about Flayn? You find me suspicious. I was somewhere else, fighting. Is that a problem? I understand that I don't fit in among the Knights of Seiros, but that hardly links me to Flayn's disappearance.
Hello there. This one, yes? I think 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 this one, yes? I thank you. This one, yes? I think this one, yes? I 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 thank you. This one, yes? I thank you. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. You have a good you have a good eye. You have you have a good 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 pleasure to come again.
Professor?
To think that Flayn would disappear like this. Seteth must be worried sick. I haven't much to go off of, and perhaps it's out of line for me to feel so uncomfortable. But something has been bothering me for a while about Gilbert. I feel as though I've met him somewhere before. I also noticed him staring intently at Annette once.
I don't know if she ran off or got kidnapped or what. I just know that Flayn's in trouble. That's it. I can't keep sitting around. I gotta go find her. Now, where do I start?
Hello.
You're looking for Flayn's kidnapper. I can't say anything for sure, but I do have suspicions about Jeritza. There's something about how he's handling his blade lately. It seems more impulsive than usual. It couldn't hurt to try speaking with him at least. At this hour, I think you'll find him sparring with Catherine at the training grounds.
Ow! Ingrid just about slapped the teeth out of my head. All I did was suggest that Flayn might have eloped. I don't know. I was just suggesting things, and suddenly I was seeing stars and Ingrid was yelling at me.
Professor! The whole monastery has been turned upside down. I wonder if we're still going to have the Battle of the Eagle and Lion next month. It's a yearly tradition, but with things the way they are right now, it's hard to imagine. At any rate, I hope they find Flayn soon.
Beautiful, delicate maiden vanishing into thin air? It is like something out of a book. If it were a book, we would have no need to worry. She would be rescued presently by a dashing nobleman. Do you have any idea as to where she might be? Where she might have wandered off to? That is what I thought. Why I am here, in fact. But she is nowhere to be seen.
I hope Flayn isn't going hungry. If someone really kidnapped her, I'll never forgive them. Now that I think about it, I saw Alois hanging out by the pond not too long ago. He was always getting into trouble for trying to talk to Flayn, you know? It's probably a crazy thought, but I'm starting to worry.
What the?
Flayn's not in here! Ugh, I guess I have to let you in to prove it, don't I? There, see? No one's in Bernie's room but Bernie. Maybe Flayn just wanted to be alone for a while. Have you considered that? Come to think of it, where is her room anyway?
Let's see.
That's,
Hey there, Professor. Did you want to talk? What? Me? Abduct Flayn? You can't really believe I did that. Oh, that's just because of my dumb jokes. She says that they're not very good. But if I went around kidnapping everyone who said that, the whole monastery would be empty.
Did you hear about Flayn? It's just one thing after another this year, I swear. Some of the lower-ranked knights are searching for her in the town. If they find anything, I'll know. What? Jeritza? Come to think of it, I haven't seen him today. What would make you suspect him? I see. Well, I'll let the knights know.
Failure is not an option. Well, how was that? Failure is not an option. Your defeat was inevitable. You're weak. Your defeat was inevitable.
Impressive. Nice work.
Dear Goddess, hear my prayer. Please watch over Flayn. Please protect her. May I ask a favor? Yes.
Right. I've served here at Garrick Mach in some capacity or another for several decades now.
But after all that time, even I can't claim to know everything about the layout.
Searching the entire interior of the monastery is a more difficult task than you may think.
It makes you wonder who designed such a titanic compound.
There are fragments of records remaining from its original construction, but none of them name an actual architect.
Professor, have you still not found any leads regarding Flayn's whereabouts? I have looked everywhere. Not even the knights on guard have seen anything of note. Yes. Let us work together. It reassures me to have you by my side. May the goddess protect dear Flayn until she returns to us.
I heard something like this happened last year, too. Neither the culprit nor the missing student were ever found last time. Some people say it was the work of evil spirits. I thought the same. Could there be a connection?
Reflecting on it now, Flayn has always seemed a rather odd person. She appears young, yet there's something about her that seems much older than her years suggest. And she's quite wise, but also surprisingly naive. You might be right. Whatever the case, Seteth seems to care for her more than anything. Yes? Can I help you? I bet you've come to invite me to your class. What with my stupendous grades and all. I would actually enjoy being in your class. Quite a lot. This was a successful interaction, I must say. Please provide me with all the most challenging assignments. I want to be well equipped for the future.
Miss Flayn's whereabouts are unknown. Pray she is safe. We do not seem to have any leads at present. I am one of the suspects, am I? Well, hopefully I can lay your suspicions to rest. Do you know of my, let's call it, unique situation? I was once a knight, in service to the Fargus royal family. If Ingrid believes she saw me before, it was likely in Ferdiad, the kingdom capital. Annette is... she is my... but no. I would appreciate it, Professor, if you would ask no more.
Because of Flayn's disappearance, all of the knights are searching non-stop. But we haven't found a single lead. Seteth's face is getting paler by the minute. It's hard to watch. What's that? You're looking for Manuela? Well, I did pass by her earlier. She was carrying something. A mask of some sort. I'm not close to the guy, so I can't say for sure. But come to think of it, you could be right.
That is all I can ask. Please, lend me your aid. She would never have left the monastery of her own volition. Why is there not a trace of her to be found?
Professor, I knew I could count on you. Manuela ran off with Jeritza's mask? We'll have to speak with both of them. But where could Manuela be? Jeritza is likely at the training grounds, or in his quarters on the eastern side of the Knight's Hall.
I didn't mean to trouble you. Professor. Good evening, Professor. Returning from work, I take it? I commend you for working so late into the evening. All of my days at the Academy are enriching thanks to you. Try not to overtax yourself, all right? I'm concerned for your health. We wouldn't want you to wear yourself out. The goddess won't smite you if you rely on others for help, you know. Listen here, Professor. You might not like what I'm about to say. To be perfectly honest, I had my doubts when I first met you. I don't want you to think less of me for saying this, but here we are. At first, I thought you seemed too young to be a professor. It is unusual, you have to admit. Yet you seemed very composed and mature despite your age. You're strong-willed, encouraging, and you go to great lengths to ensure that everyone is cared for. But it almost feels like you're trying too hard to be a perfect role model for your students. If that's how you feel, then I can't disagree. But I think it's necessary to give yourself a break every now and again. The mind has a tendency to make mistakes when you've exhausted yourself. In my case, I still seem to make mistakes even when I'm wide awake. Oh, you know, I'm always mixing up the dates for drills or misplacing things. Just the other day, I forgot to put on my uniform and headed out to practice wearing only my... well, you can imagine how embarrassed I was. My mind can be so scattered sometimes. Anyway, where was I? Ah, that's right. What I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you do, you might end up in a pretty bad place. That reminds me, is there anything I can do to assist you, Professor? If it's all right with you, I'd like to help in any way I can. It'll be fine. I might be clumsy, but I'll get better over time. I look forward to helping you out.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
I would be liking that greatly.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
Shamir, you are training away from the ground of training.
Ah, Petra. Well, it looks like it might rain.
I have understanding. Rain training can cause unhealthiness. Can I give you a question now?
Sure.
You come from Dagda, I think. Why are you working at the monastery?
You can tell I'm from Dagda? Oh, I suppose Bridget is our neighbor. As for why I work here, that's simple. I work to live. Rhea took me in when I had nowhere else to go. I'm here to repay my debt. I don't plan to return to Dagda anytime soon.
But Fodlan is an enemy for you, right? Are you feeling okay about that?
The only ones I've fought in person are the Imperial Army. I carry no ill will toward anyone else.
I have gratitude for your answering. You have given me understanding.
How about you? Do you hate them? The Empire is your father's enemy, no? And it's Dagda's fault that Bridget got pulled into the war at all. So, do you hate Dagda? Or do you see that as none of your concern?
The fault is not of Dagda. My father made his own choice to be joining the war. I cannot say I have no hatred for the Empire, but I do not have any for Edelgard. When I came here, she was always helping me.
Makes sense. You can hate a country without hating its people.
You speak with such honesty. It is very amazing.
I'm not that special. I just don't let emotions get in my way. Professor. Hey, Professor. The students seem to like you. It doesn't make sense. You don't come across as particularly friendly. Still, I can't deny that you've got skills. It's a little strange, to be completely honest. I had my doubts, but they were right to make you a professor. Oh? You're an odd one. But what's it matter? Seems like it turned out fine for you. I'll admit, it's unbelievable that you used to be a mercenary. I was a merc before coming here, but I can't imagine pulling off your fancy tactician act. I freeze up near royals and nobles. I was. My family had nothing when I was growing up. There were too many mouths to feed, so I left. Joined up with some mercs for the pay. The work suited me, but I never liked having to bow and scrape to our noble employers. And that's what I like about being a knight. I get to punch all the nobles I want. I'm joking. But the knights do make a good business partner. I don't believe in the Church of Seros. It makes me a bit of an anomaly among the knights. Rhea took me in, so I became a knight to repay my debt to her. I may be a knight, but it still feels like I'm doing the same things I did as a merc. Who knows, though? Maybe you and I will end up working together. Us knights are a pretty tough crew. I'm guessing you'd run circles around us, though. I'm interested to see where your path leads you. Working hard, aren't you? I'll admit, I'm impressed. I can assist with any tasks or help with your students. On it. I'm available anytime I'm not on a mission with the Knights.
Oh, I was looking for this. Thank you so much.
How did you know I lost this? Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Oh, this is mine! Thank you for returning it to me, but how did you know I lost it?
I can't believe I left this behind. Thank you so much for retrieving it.
Hey, I've been looking for that. How'd you know?
Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it.
Yes, that is surely mine. I appreciate you bringing this to me.
Ah, thank you for bringing me this. Life without it was difficult.
Aha, this is nice.
Oh my, this is great! Thank you so much!
Oh my, this is lovely.
Wow, this is great.
Is this for me? It's so nice!
Oh my, this is great! Thank you so much!
Aha, this is nice.
Wow, this is great.
Aha, this is nice.
Wow, thank you so much!
Oh, thank you.
Is this for me? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Exactly what I hoped for.
Oh my, this is lovely.
I love it!
Wow, I can have this?
I appreciate this.
Oh, I can really have this?
Is this for me? Thank you.
Wow, I can have this?
Oh my, this is great! Thank you so much!
Professor, I've only ever... Thank you so much, Professor.
Studying my preferences. Clever.
Oh, I can really have this?
I was thinking.
Okay, I've decided on the composition. That's right, the composition for my next paint. Wait, Professor? How long have you been standing there? You haven't been watching me, have you? No, I misspoke. Did I say painting? I meant to say, Well, I've thought for a while that it might be nice to paint the scenery here. The contours of that tree, set against the stark shapes of the faraway peaks. Of course, I only paint after I've finished my chores. I'd never put my art before my responsibilities. My studies are paramount. I shall always uphold my duties as a student of the Officers' Academy. Whereas art is a hobby of mine, you might say. Everyone has hobbies, right? I'm sure you have one. Oh, well, perhaps it's different for you, Professor. But it's perfectly normal for people to have hobbies. Reading, for instance, or fishing, or taking midday naps. For me, it's making art. Hobbies are healthy. They're a good way of relieving stress. You might consider taking up a hobby, Professor. Anything to clear your mind. Think about it. It's much easier to focus if you're feeling refreshed. There isn't a rule against hobbies, is there? If you tell me to stop, I'll stop. I shall never again put brush to canvas. Really? It's okay for me to paint? Well, I mean, if you're sure. But really, it's nothing more than a little diversion, a frivolous pastime.
I think I ought to go back to my quarters now, if it's all the same to you.
I thought I heard someone. Are you here to train? Care to train with me? Waving the sword around alone is boring. And I'm tired of crossing swords with worthless opponents. But you seem like a worthy adversary. I don't know for certain, but you seem skilled. I've always been interested in your technique. You learned from the former captain of the Knights of Seros, and traveled Fodlan fighting as a mercenary. On top of that, you wield a hero's relic, the legendary Sword of the Creator. Good sparring partners like you don't grow on trees. But know that I will beat you, and I will surpass your strength. Why? I never really thought about that. I learned to thrust a sword before I learned to write my name. Of course, my upbringing wasn't unique. That's how it is for all children in my country. You're no use if you can't swing a sword, however mighty your crest may be. It was the perfect environment for me. I could live free of stodgy values and virtues. Grow strong so you may live, and live to grow stronger. That's what I was taught. Why should I? Nothing's as important as the pursuit of strength. But that's enough idle chatter. Take out your sword. My mind is emptied of all but the thrill of the challenge.
Professor! Oh, shopping took longer than I thought. It's a good thing I had your help, Professor. Looks like we've got everything we came for. Time to head back to the monastery. To tell you the truth, I wasn't sure if the money that night gave us would be enough. We managed to scrape by, though. I'm glad those shopkeepers were willing to strike a few bargains. It's one of the few things I'm really good at. I've got a lot of experience living in the city. Money was tight for me, too. At least until Lenato adopted me into his family. Come to think of it, you were originally a mercenary, weren't you? I'm sure you traveled all over Fodlan. That must have been a pretty different life from regular folks like me. Huh, you think so? But a mercenary's whole job is fighting, isn't it? Must be a pretty tough way to live. Wow, I guess you must get used to it. That's really incredible, though. Oh! I had no idea they sold this book around here. I haven't seen this one for ages. Lug and the Maiden of Wind. It's a well-known tale of chivalry in Fargus. Lug is the King of Lions. This book is full of his exciting adventures. I've loved this since I was a kid. It was what got me learning to read.
Give me that book!
Hey, creep! Don't touch the merch! What the? Somebody catch that thief! Cut him in half like my prices!
Please, calm down, ma'am.
You calm down, kid! If he gets away with that valuable merch, it'll be a huge loss for me!
Here, allow me to compensate you.
Huh? Are you serious, kid? I mean, no objections over here, but that sounds crazy.
Don't you worry. That thief will be paying me back just as soon as I catch him. Head on back to the monastery, Professor. I'll take care of everything here.
Phew. Oh,
Professor, are you training too? I was just about to finish up, but if you want to join in, I can stick around a while longer. Oh no, it's fine. Just do your thing. Don't mind me. Come on, don't be shy. Phew. I'm beat, but we're finally done. I was already training when you got here, and I finished right alongside you. Guess I outlasted you, huh? Speak for yourself. I'm always looking to improve. By the way, Professor, something I wanted to ask. Are you really Captain Jeritza's kid? That's a pretty detached tone to take about your own family. What's your opinion of him, then? You must look up to him, at least. It doesn't sound like you really appreciate him. You didn't even know until you came here that he used to lead the Knights of Seros, did you? If it weren't for him, you wouldn't be half the person you are now. You've probably never even thought about how lucky you are. Oh, okay, this really bothers me. Listen up. I don't care if you're the teacher and I'm the student. I'm going to outshine you. I know you were some famous mercenary before you came here, but let me tell you something. I'm going to be better than you ever were. In fact, I'll surpass you in no time at all. So don't blink. You might miss it.
Oh, Professor, are you here to train? I knew it! Gotta train daily. Legs, back, chest, arms, abs. Gotta work them all, right? I just finished training, and I feel great. Check me out. Are my muscles bulging? Another day of training, and my muscles are ready to burst. Bulging muscles means strength. I have to be strong if I want to be a proper knight. And I have to eat if I want to keep training. Time to feast. Way to hit me where it hurts, Professor. I know I'll be in trouble if I don't train my brain, too. Anyone who can't get tactics can't be a proper knight. It's just, I'm no good at remembering that kind of stuff. And training my brain instead of my body makes me sleepy. What if I start training twice as hard? Then I should only have to study half as much, right? You really think so? I can't let that happen. I guess I have no choice. I'll prove I can do it. Wish me luck, Professor. For my training and for my studies.
The glory of progress.
Professor. Ah, Professor. Always a pleasure to see you. I wonder, might you have a moment to chat? Come now. You have no need to be on guard. I'd never cause you harm. You're far too valuable a specimen, well, that is to say, too valuable a member of the Academy staff. Indeed, the further my Crest research progresses, the closer you come to learning the truth of your heritage. Is it not so? When I learned you bore the lost crest, the very Crest of Flames itself, I set about learning everything I could about your past. What was the origin of your bloodline? How have the events of your life been shaped by your lineage? I became somewhat obsessed, I must admit. promised you no harm, remember? I merely reached out to mercenaries whom you've worked with to understand your life before the Academy. Of course, I also contacted Gerald and his mercenary friends. Your father does keep rather interesting company. I'm excited to share with you what I learned, but I do ask that you correct me if I am mistaken on any account. The story begins with Gerald serving as captain of the Knights of Seros. There was a woman at the monastery with whom Gerald was quite close. At first, it seemed obvious this mystery woman was your mother. Alas, that cannot be the case. The timing is all wrong. As it was told to me, the woman in question passed away shortly before Gerald left the monastery. Yet your birth occurred sometime later, while Gerald was taking work as a mercenary. This, of course, presumes your age is accurately reported. If you were born sooner, well, the story would be quite different, would it not? Oh, I am aware. You two were certainly enigmatic, as far as mercenaries go. For example, Gerald never once spoke of his time serving as captain of the Knights. That's quite a secret to keep for all those years. In the end, your old acquaintances had little definitive to say about either of you. However, they all agreed on one thing. Your father and yourself were a strong pair. Warriors to be respected and feared. You in particular. In fact, many came to know you as the Ashen Demon. They say you would destroy your enemies without a hint of emotion on your face. The mercenaries I spoke to revered you as a living legend of sorts. So, that is what I learned. And I admit, it is barely more than I knew before. The next step in my research is to ask your blood for answers, and hope that it is more forthcoming than your past acquaintances.
I think I like this, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure. Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste. Professor, Oh, don't worry. It's nothing. Actually, could we talk for a bit? Somewhere a little more private? I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I find you a little difficult to be around. I know. I'm your student and you're just trying to watch out for me. But the way you look at me sometimes, it's like you're seeing right through me. Don't worry. I know you don't mean anything bad by it. I'm just too self-conscious, I guess. The thing is, I don't have anything to call my own. No land, no birthright, no fortune. Little knowledge or battle skill. I think that's why I always clung to my popularity as a diva. Even after leaving the stage behind, I sort of kept up the act. When I look at you, it's like your eyes are accusing me. Telling me that you see right through it. That's what I mean when I say it's difficult being around you. Hey, this might be nuts, but maybe you could show me some kind of weakness of yours? Oh, come on, Professor. Everyone has some kind of weakness. You know mine. If I know one of yours, maybe I'll feel less, I don't know, vulnerable. Excellent. Well then, don't mind me. You know, Professor, I never hear any gossip about you. Of a romantic nature, I mean.
Would I be right in assuming you're not very experienced with romance? Maybe we should find out somehow. Professor? What's with you? Why aren't you reacting to anything I'm doing?
Oh, come on. Is your heart even beating? You're making me lose my confidence.
That's all right. I didn't really think a little tease like that would be enough to get to you anyway. Though it does still make me lose just a little confidence in my own charms.
With you, I foresee no difficulty.
Okay, let's give it a try.
We've finished without issue.
I'm getting it.
Hope this is good for something.